Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Promoted Sandra. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to sew this beautiful gown. So if this is something you're interested in, then keep up watching. So this video is going to be the sewing tutorial of this dress. I already have the drafting and cutting tutorial up there on the channel. So in case you've not watched it, I'm going to be leaving the link at the description section and also at the comment section. Click on it to watch. And also I'm going to be leaving the link up here at the cards. You can also click on it to watch. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove the pattern paper so that I can cut out the breast tube. So on the cutting video, I did cut the breast tube, so I'm going to be doing that in this video. So what I'm going to be doing next is to go ahead and fold my breast tube into two like this. Just watch out what I'm doing. I will place my center front pattern paper on it like this. I will fold it up like this. Okay, I don't want the breast tube to end at the waistline, so I want it to end at least 1 inch below the under bust. So I'll go ahead and cut it out like this. This is the only breast tube I have left. I will place the two pieces that I have left into two. So after I was done placing it together, I will place my material on it like this. I will fold 1/2 inch upward, which is going to be served as a sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and pin it down. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out on the side. I will fold it up just like as I did for the center front. I'll go ahead and cut it out. I'll remove the pin. Then I will just cut it at the side like this. I did not actually measure the side, okay, but you can measure 4 inches inward before cutting it out. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and iron cloth stain on it just to give it a strength, because this material is kind of a little bit light. So I'll just go ahead and iron cloth stain on it, both the back and the front. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out just like as you can see me doing. After I was done ironing the cloth stain on the main material, I went ahead to iron gum stain on the lining as you can see. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and iron the breast tube on the material. So just check out what I'm doing. I came down by 1/2 inch before pinning the breast tube or the material, okay? And if you check your breast tube, you're going to see the part that is shining. That is the part that has the gum. So that part is the part you're going to be placing directly on your fabric, okay, so that you can iron it. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this side as well, but make sure you come down by 1/2 inch before pinning your breast tube on it so that you can sew it perfectly well. And when you are arranging it, please make sure you pay attention to the sides. Make sure you arrange it well, okay? So once I'm done, I will go ahead and iron it just like as you can see me doing. So I will do the remaining one off the camera. I've gone ahead to iron it, and this is what I have as you can see. I also want to trim out the excesses at the side. So I'm just going to go ahead and arrange it like this, okay? So I'm going to be placing this side to the center front like this. I will go ahead and pin it down, okay, before sewing it. So it's very important you pin down your dress before sewing it. This will make it neat, and if there's any error you can sort it out before sewing it. So I'll go ahead and pin the other side like this. I will take it to the sewing machine. I will sew it like this with 1/2 inch. I will sew it like this, like this, like this. So guys, this is me sewing it. So when you are sewing it, just be careful and take your time to do it. So once I was done sewing it, I will go ahead and notch it like this. I will also go ahead and notch the other side, okay? So once I was done notching it, I will go ahead and iron it out. So make sure you use water to iron it, or if you have steamer, go ahead and use it. But for me, there was no light, so I was just using my gas iron to do this. Then I will turn it to the front. I will go ahead and give it a very good press. So guys, I've gone ahead to iron it, and this is how it look like. As you can see the bust is busting. You can see how neat this is, okay? And I also did the same thing for the lining as well. I've gone ahead to sew it and also iron it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and sew the stripe for the upper part of the dress. So I went ahead to cut out these two pieces of fabric, okay, which I'm going to be using for the stripe. So the wideness is about 3.5 inches and the length is about 22 inches. I will go ahead and fold it into two like this. I will take it to the sewing machine. I will sew the upper part like this. Then I will also go ahead and sew the side, and I will do the same thing for the other one. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how it looks like, as you can see. So what I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and pin this to the front, that is the breast tube where I joined the breast tube. I will pin this to the middle on where I joined the breast tube together, okay. Then I'll go ahead and pin the second one like this. Once I was done pinning it, I will go ahead and cover it up with the lining like this. The right side is going to be facing the right side. Please watch out what I'm doing in case you don't understand what I'm saying. I'll go ahead and pin the upper part together. After pinning it, I'll go ahead and pin the side like this. I will take it to the sewing machine. I will sew the upper part like this with 1/2 inch. I will sew the armhole too. Then I will sew the side. I will sew the armhole. I will sew the side. So this is the back. I will go ahead and place the lining on it like this, right side facing each other. I will do the same thing for the other one. I will take to the same machine. I will sew the up like this. I will sew the side. I will sew the side. I will sew the side, the up and the side. I will leave the down open. I've gone ahead to sew it. After I was done sewing it, I went ahead to turn it out from the down side. Then I went ahead to iron it, just like as you can see, okay. So this is the back. So I'm just going to place right side facing each other. Then I will pin this part. So this is just me pinning the zipper allowance, okay. So once I was done pinning the zipper allowance together, I will go ahead and place the front and the back together. It is time for me to shape it. So I will place it together like this. Just make sure the right side are both facing each other like this. So I'll go ahead and pin the sides together. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please watch what I'm doing. You will understand it better. So I'm just going to go ahead and iron the zipper allowance open, so that when I want to fix my zip on it, it will be very easy for me to know the part to attach my zip on. So once I was done ironing it, I'll go ahead and shaping my dress. To do this, I'll go ahead and take my bust measurement. I will divide it by 2. Then I will, whatever excess I have, I will divide that excess by 2. I will mark one on the right side. I will mark the other one on the left side. So just go ahead and shape your dress the way you know how to shape it. So I will take it to the sewing machine and sew the 2 sides like this. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is what I have. You can see how beautiful and cute this is. You can see the bust is busting. I will go ahead and sew the strap to the back part of the dress. To do that, I'll place my tape at this zipper allowance. I will mark 4 inches inward like this. I'll also go ahead and place it like this and mark 4 inches to this other side. I will go ahead and pin the strap on it like this. But to do that, I will go ahead and remove the pin from this zipper allowance. I'll go ahead and open it up like this. Then I will pin the strap on it. So when you want to pin the strap, if you check the dress, you are going to see that it has crisscross at the back. So go ahead and cross from the left to the right at the back, then from the right from the front to the left at the back. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand what I'm saying, watch what I'm doing, you understand. So go ahead and cross it like this, pin it, okay. Before you pin it, I will also advise you should just finish sewing all the dress. Then look for somebody around you to help you pin it to your back. Then go ahead and sew it. Because after I was done pinning it, after sewing it, after wearing it, I realized that the strap was too long. So I have to loosen it up and pin it again. So if you have anyone around you, just beg them to help you pin it after sewing it. Because at the end of the day, I went ahead to lose up the strap from the back, then sew the down parts to it before I ended up fixing it. Once I was done with the upper part, the next thing I'm going to be working on is the skirt part. And this is the first step of the skirt part. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up the flare like this. The right side of the material is going to be facing up. Then I'll go ahead and place the lining on it like this. So I will take to the sewing machine. I will sew this part like this. Then I also go ahead and sew this other part. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it to the right side like this. After turning it, I will go ahead and iron it just like as you can see me doing. As I am ironing it, I will be pinning it down. So I'll go ahead and pin down the waistline and also the down side. So I will continue ironing it. So as I iron, I will pin. As I iron, I will pin. Okay, so when I want to sew it, it will be very easy for me to sew the down and also the waistline. Once I am done pinning it, I will take it to the sewing machine. I will sew the waistline together like this. Then I'll also go ahead and sew the down parts. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it and this is how it looked like. So once I was done sewing it, I went ahead to fold it into two, then give it a very good press. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and notch the middle at the down side. The next thing I'm going to be working on is the gather at the down. So this is what I'm going to be using for the gather at the down. As you can see, I've gone ahead to fold the down with 1/2 inch, just like the same way you fold your wrapper. So I will take this to the sewing machine and gather the upper part like this. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and gather it. Then I'll also go ahead and gather the V-nets that I will be attaching to it as well. So guys, I've gone ahead to gather it and this is how it look like. As you can see, I have a video on my channel on how to make a gather. In case you don't know how to make a gather, go ahead and watch it. I will place the V-net like this at the right side of the door face. So I'll go ahead and pin it down. Then I will take to the sewing machine and sew it like this. So once I'm done sewing the waist together, I'll go ahead and also sew the sides like this. Then I'll also sew the other side. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it and I will just go ahead and fold it into two like this. I will notch the middle. After I was done notching it, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and sew the two down together. Okay, to do that, I went ahead to open up the flare part on my table, just like as you can see. So I will place the gather part on it like this, which is the black color. Okay, this black one, I will place it on it like this. The right side are both going to be facing each other. So the part where I gather is where I'm going to be attaching to the down side of the flame. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So remember, I went ahead to notch the upper part of the black material. Then I also went ahead to notch the center of the flame. So I'm just going to be pinning the center together like this. Then I will pin it to this side like this. Once I'm done pinning it, I will take it to the sewing machine and sew it around like this. Then I'll also go ahead and sew this other part like this. I've gone ahead to sew it and this is how it look like. You can see how beautiful and clean it is. Please pay attention to this part. I'm about to show you something. If you check this gown very well, you are going to see that where they joined the flare at the gather together, there is another gather there, like a small gather that was made with V-nets attached to the part where they joined together. Okay, to achieve that, I went ahead to cut out this V-net. As you can see, I even went ahead to join the V-nets together. And the wideness of this V-net is about 5 inches. The length of this V-net is so long, so I'm just going to go ahead and measure it. So what I have here is about 8 yards and some inches, okay, just like as you can see, not up to 9 yards. So I'm just going to go ahead and gather it at the middle. So when you want to gather it, don't gather it at the up or the down, just gather it at the middle. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. So I will place it on my sewing machine like this. I want to use my tape to measure it and get the middle. So this is the wideness is about 5 inches, so the middle should be around 2.5 inches. So this is just me gathering it using my is this spanner they call it, you understand, it should be called spanner, something like this. So that is what I use most times to do my gather. So this is just me gathering it together, as you can see. I'm done with the gather. This is how it looked like, as you can see. So after I was done gathering it, I realized that it was not enough, or it's not going to be enough. So I wanted to do another small one and add to it. So you are going to be needing about 10 yards when it comes to the length, okay? So I'll just go ahead and open the skirt like this. I'm going to be sewing the gather at the middle, this part where I join the black and the flower material together. So I will place the gather on it like this. The middle where I gather is where I'm going to be pinning to the middle of this skirt. Okay, so I will use my pin to pin it down. Go ahead and pin it down before sewing it. It will make sewing very easy for you. So I will take it to the sewing machine to sew it, but I will not sew it from the starting. I will just sew it, like I will measure 3 inches or 2 inches away from the beginning before sewing it. Like I will leave some space here like this before sewing it. I've gone ahead to sew it, but I did sew the starting, which is this part. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and sew the downside of the top. So as you can see, it's open. I will take it to the sewing machine and sew it. Guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to join the two together, okay? So to do that, I'll go ahead and fold the skirt part into two like this. I will notch the middle. Then I will go ahead and fold the top into two and also notch the middle. So I'm going to be placing it like this, right side facing each other. I will go ahead and pin it. So I will pin the middle together like this. I will pin it to the right hand side, like this side. I will just pin it like this. Then I will pin it to this other side, just like as you can see me doing. I will take it to the sewing machine. I will sew it like this with 1/2 inch. Then I'll also go ahead and sew the other side. So guys, as you can see, I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how it looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and join the back into two like this. I will go ahead and pin it down. After I'm done pinning it down, I will place my tape on it like this. I will measure where I want the zip to stop. So I came down with about 16 to 17 inches. So from that point I just marked, I will mark a straight line down to the hem of the dress. But before I sew it, I will go ahead and shift this gather at the center. The gather I made at the center, I will go ahead and shift it inside. Then I will pin it down. So I will do the same thing for the other side. Then I will go ahead and pin it. Once I'm done pinning it, I will take it to the sewing machine and sew it from this point to this point. So I will go ahead and sew the zip on it off the camera. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how it look like. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and use this gather to cover up this space. I will place the two lapping each other. Then I will take it to the sewing machine and sew it like this. Once I'm done sewing it down, I will go ahead and sew the stripe on it at the back. So guys, I now have a WhatsApp group for fashion designers. If you are interested in joining, check the comment section and also the description section for the link. Click on it and send a message to me on WhatsApp to add you to the group. I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how it look like. You can see how beautiful and cute this is. Please like this video, comment on it. This really helps my algorithm a lot, and also share with your friends and your loved ones. Subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications so whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified. See you on my next video. Bye.